The legal system has a lot to do with the shipping industry. And the games that they play with words is everything. The court that they're in, a court has boundaries, has rules, it has a certain level of back and forthness to it. The judge is the captain of the court. The judge gets to say yes or no, but he should be in the middle. He should be like, I don't know anything yet. I just met you guys. Prosecution, you got the defense. Let's hear out both sides. And the judge just sits there and goes, you make good points. You make good points. But your points make more sense. So, judgment. And therefore, that's how the court system works. You play football, you play soccer, you play freaking tennis, you play baseball. There's always a field. There's always a set of rules. There's always two opposing teams. There's always an umpire or some form of professional right in the middle that gets to dictate who is following the rules and who isn't. So sports, the legal system, even down to the police station. Police station. The police are the good guys. I mean, there's that. Those opinions are very varied, right? The bad guys, the criminals, they're doing the exact same thing that the police do. The criminals are just doing it outside of the rules of the court, outside of the rules of society, outside of the rules that are established. So the criminals are doing the same thing that the good guys are doing. The good guys just happen to have boundaries, happen to have a certain level of rules, happen to have the borders already filled in. So the people who are the good guys, go to work, go to the companies, pay their taxes, do all the legal things within the bounds of the court, within the scope of the rules. All right, the villains, the criminals, look at those set of rules and go, nah, I'm not playing by those rules. I'm going to play again. I'm going to play in the big open ocean with no rules. And if I happen to get caught, pay the fine, get a slap on the wrist, get freaking 30 to 60 days of community service, whatever the judgment is. And then out on bail, back to doing what they've been doing. All that was just the cost of doing business. So, if the cost of doing business is a fine, a fee, 30 days in prison or 30 days in jail, and there's no actual consequence, borderline just a slap on the wrist, they're going to go and do the same thing as soon as they're out and they're free again. You didn't really solve the problem. You just got paid for the crimes that they're still committing. So, if there's a balance point and the good guys and the bad guys, and the legal system is supposed to be like the judge, think of it back to the shipping industry. The ship is the vessel. It's just this empty container that has a purpose to do, right? The captain is the one that decides where the vessel goes in the ocean. The crewmates are the ones who continuously maintain the ship in order for them to get from point A to point B in an effective manner. If the ship is loaded to one side, the ship leans, could destroy the ship. If the ship is not balanced, it could be causing more drag, making the trip go longer. It could be a lot of things. So there's a balance, side to side, front to back, up and down. A ship has a lot of balance that it needs. The legal system has balance. The good guys and the bad guys and the and the judges in between. Balance is everything. Balance is all over the place. So when you have an entire system based on balance, justice, blind justice, right? The eyes of the lady justice should be blind, right? The scales of justice. You see all these things. The wordplay is right in your face. Like, if you realize that how many legal terminologies are sitting right here all day, every day, and then one day you have the eyes and you open up and you realize, wow, you were sitting right there this whole time? Why were you sitting right there, right in the open? Because the easiest place to hide anything is right in the open. If you're going to hide something, put it right out in the open. The most obvious place. You're going to hide everything you want to hide. So, if the legal system is all based on balance, right? And the cost of doing business is just a slap on the wrist, relatively speaking, to a big company, $500,000 or a few $100 million fine, that's just a slap on the wrist. They're profiting billions, but they have to pay a fine, a fee, a legal cost. That's just the cost of doing business. So, how are you going to hide one of the largest criminal empires? How do you hide it? Black market deals, you know, you got the deep web with the dark web. Oh, okay. What if that's not the case? What if you hide it right in plain sight, right out in the open, right next to people's face? They'll never see it. So you start to walk into the room and you smell the sulfur of just a recently fired gun. You go, wow, it smells like there's been a firing in this building. And then you look around a little bit more and you see some holes in the wall. You go, wow, there's some trajectory from some firearms going on. But you don't see the source. You don't see the perpetrator. You only see what the room tells you. The room tells you that there was a gun fired, and the room tells you that there's some bullet holes. The room tells you that there was something that happened in this room. Well, how do you hide something big? I'm talking $39 trillion big. The stock market. That you can hide a lot in the big ocean of the stock market. What has been the most successful thing throughout the economy of the United States? Hmm. Hmm. What was the human being's most profitable enterprise for thousands of years? Oh, I know. Slavery, human trafficking. It's been a very profitable business for thousands of years. Just because we have some laws on the book that say that, oh yeah, slavery is no longer a thing because we've abolished it. Have we? Or have we just gotten better at it and better at hiding it? And how do you hide it? Right in plain sight. It went from, oh, they're just slaves on a plantation to, oh, now they're just minimum wage workers. Are you catching my drift? Are you smelling the sulfur in the air? Easiest place to hide something is right in plain sight. So when you start to sit back and you look and you listen, you have eyes to see and ears to hear, and you start to recognize the system itself is the problem. Am I equating that we need to abolish the current system and establish a new one? If you see bullet holes in the wall and you smell sulfur in the air, odds are something happened in that room. Seems like a good option would be to overthrow and create new. It's almost like we have an entire founding document that describes in detail on how we can do that. Gee, what is that document called? Exactly. It's hidden in plain sight. But due to our lackluster education system and our failing literacy rates, and the fact that people don't even want to learn new words, yet alone study the words that they use on a daily basis, you're going to hide right in plain sight every time. I could tell somebody to their face what their problem is, but if I use big enough words that I know that's not inside their mental vocabulary textbook, I could tell you exactly how much of a horrible human being you are to your face just with very big words, multi-syllable words, and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know because it just doesn't comprehend within your personal dictionary. A person could literally insult you to your face But if you don't have the vocabulary necessary to recognize that what they have just said and the way they stated it was an insult to your face, you would never know. Hide things in plain sight. It's the easiest place to hide things. Have a great day. Use my information as you will.